Well, I think her history is far from being over. I'd like to answer that question in another 15 years from now. I think she's going to go down at a minimum as a great senator. I think she is a great wife to a president. And I think Bill Clinton was a great president. You know, you look at the country then. The economy was doing great. Look at what happened during the Clinton years. I mean, we had no war. The economy was doing great. Everybody was happy. A lot of people hated him because they were jealous as hell. You know, people get jealous and they hate you. People don't like him because they're jealous of him. But Bill Clinton was a great president. I mean, I hope we can be so lucky in terms of the economy and in terms of other aspects. I mean, we weren't in wars with two nations. I'm not blaming Afghanistan, by the way, is probably a place that we should be. Iraq, we shouldn't be. Bill Clinton was a great president. Hillary Clinton is a great woman and a good woman.
You said of Hillary Clinton that she was, quote, pretty badly abused during her presidential campaign. Why did you say that?
I thought that they roughed her up pretty good. I think she's a wonderful woman. I think that she's a little bit misunderstood. You know, Hillary's a very smart woman, very tough woman. That's fine. But she's also a very nice person. And I know Hillary, and I know her husband very well. They're fine people. I thought, and, you know, part of that is a rough political battle. I thought she was roughed up. I thought she, and I'm not knocking the other side, you know, you want to win a battle, so if it gets a little bit nasty, it is politics, and politics is a tough game. But I thought she was perhaps unnecessarily roughed up. She took some pretty hard hits. I have nothing against China. I just hate that their leaders are so much smarter than our leaders. 2016, we will not be the world leader anymore. We have been always. But in 2016, China becomes the great economic leader. But in 2016, China becomes the great economic leader. But in 2016, China becomes the great economic leader. Although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird.
Although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so.
But look at this guy right here. Look at this goon. I want to show you an interesting thing about this guy. Look at the thing he has around his neck. Also notice the red and black strings around his wrist. If I'm not mistaken, that's a symbol of the Kabbalah. You know, he's into Kabbalistic magic, which is high-level Freemasonry. But speaking of high-level Freemasonry,
3 full debates.
let's just watch this a little bit.
And he says, I don't.
Shut up. It doesn't matter what you have to say. You're just a servant, a whore of the Vatican. Can't get close enough to make out what the guy's ring is. I don't know. But I'm going to wait till we see a... yes, there's the great cardinal there. Okay, you can kind of see it there a little bit. He keeps having his hands up there. You can't. Let me just wait till I can get a good shot at this. See if I can. Okay, you can kind of see it right there. This cross, this thing, and there's a crown above it. We couldn't make out what these different metals are there on his shoulder. But let me just show you what this thing is. Okay, keep in mind what that is. Right here it is. This is the Order of the British Empire, OBE, for God and the Empire. You say, what's significant about that? Well, this order, if you do the research into it, and you can look into it more, but it's a British Commonwealth order. In other words, it's people that are subservient to the throne of England. The throne of England being subservient to the Vatican. It is basically a Shriner level. That's why all I did here, typed in Shriner of the Order of the British Empire. Okay, there are Shriners in with this whole thing, but look at some of the recipients of this thing. There you have Elizabeth Taylor. She has the medal. She is a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire. A Dame Commander. What would a Hollywood actress be doing as a Dame Commander? How about another one? How about Julie Andrews? The hills are alive with the sound of the Vatican. Yeah, a Dame Commander, another Dame Commander. A sodomite, by the way. I don't even know who some of these people are, Rod Stewart, okay, whatever, there's got the thing. Kate Winslet, another Hollywood harlot. Another one here, I'm not sure who this is either. Adele, whatever that is, received the Order of the British Empire thing there. I mean, it goes down through here. This guy, Damian Lewis, got the knighthood. England football captain David Beckham. So it's not just Hollywood actors and actresses, it's also sports stars being brought into this order. Isn't it interesting? 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason there, Ernest Borgnine, or Borgnine, whatever. But a lot of these different people. I don't think there's any other ones I'm going to show here. Just looking real quickly. But so you have this guy sitting back here, basically knighted, essentially a knighthood, which is what the Vatican does. Very interesting. And here you can see it again behind Donald Trump. Notice the guy, the harlot, right there. And it's ironic because there's another harlot up in here, up higher up, and she's got a purple dress on. Her colors are purple and scarlet. You say, oh, come on, you're reading into it. No, actually, you're going to see here in a little bit that this Alfred E. Smith thing, actually, you can see it right here. If you look, it says Annual Catholic Charities Fundraiser featuring Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. It's an annual Catholic charity fundraiser. $3,000 a plate. Now, right before the election thing, which is going to be rigged, the Jesuits are going to put in whoever they want. And I'm going to give you my prediction on that here in a minute. But ironic that right before this thing happens, they're appearing at this Roman Catholic charity dinner. How about that? Isn't that interesting? But I want you to hear a few things from old Donald Trump here that the Bible-believing Christians, a lot of them are starting to try to rally around this guy. We got to vote for Donald Trump. He's the best of the lesser of two evils. We got to do our civic duty. Yeah. Let me just play a few things here for you. Now pay attention to what he says here. 16 minutes, 35 seconds. Listen to this.
We can also agree on the need to stand up to anti-Catholic bias.
What? We can also agree to stand up against anti-Catholic bias? Did you hear what he just said? He's going to stand up against anti-Catholic bias. I'll play it again for you here.
Net, net. The Cardinal told me that's net, net, Donald, remember. We can also agree on the need to stand up to anti-Catholic bias.
Stand up to anti-Catholic bias. Well, then I guess I'm going to be in trouble, huh? Because I'm anti-Catholic. Because I'm against Roman Catholicism. Oh, but he's the lesser of two evils, right? Oh, you know, Hillary's such a wicked, liberal and thinks, and she is, but he'll be so much better. They're both servants of the Vatican. Get it through your thick skulls, people. But let's continue here. I'll play a little bit more. He says a couple other interesting little buzzword things here.
To defend religious liberty and to create a culture that celebrates life. America is in many ways divided.
Yeah, devil there. He can burn in hell. Guy's disgusting.
Thank you. America is in many ways divided like it's never been before.
Okay, pay attention to what he says coming up.
And the great religious leaders here tonight give us all an example.
666 with his hand. He's not saying okay.
That we can follow. We're living in a time and age that we never thought possible before. The vicious barbarism we'd read about in history books, but never thought we'd see it in our so-called modern-day world. Who would have thought we would be witnessing what we're witnessing today?
Let me just pause it for a minute. Remember, he said there when I started this clip that we have to stop anti-Catholic bias, fight against anti-Catholic bias. And the religious leaders gathered here today are who we can look up to as he puts up the 666 signal with his hands. Let's continue. Just listen to what he says coming up.
We've got to be very strong, very, very smart, and we've got to come together.
Got to come together as he puts up 666.
Not only as a nation, but as a world community.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Come together not only as a nation, but as a world community. He just called for the New World Order, people. And he's speaking to Roman Catholics. Powerful Roman Catholics at a Catholic charity dinner. Do you understand yet? He's Jesuit trained.
Very, very smart. And we've got to come together, not only as a nation, but as a world community.
A world community.
You saw I built a building right opposite the United Nations, probably destroyed the building's value if they leave. I don't care. I don't care. I no longer care. I care about this. This is the big picture, folks. This is the big picture.
It's fake. Do you understand? The elections are rigged. The Vatican is in control. Both are servants of the Vatican. Do you not see it? This dinner is formed, it's founded by the Vatican.
And ain't it bad that you got can you imagine somebody having $32 million? $32 million. And this person has nothing? And you can sleep? You can still go to the movies and then these are the type of people that get humanitarian awards. Millionaires. How can they be humanitarians? By the fact that they millionaires and there's so many poor people shows how unhumane they are.